This video will guide you through the hardware installation process. Now, we'll demonstrate how to install the silicone cartridge. First, before locking the cartridge onto the machine, click Home E and Home I to ensure that both axes are properly homed. Only after confirming this step can we proceed to lock the cartridge. Our silicone comes in a 100ml cartridge, marked from 0 to 25 thousandths. These markings represent the unit of silicone consumable, so you can easily check how much material is needed for each print. There is a thread at the bottom of the cartridge. Align it with the material axis and screw it clockwise. Screw it clockwise until it's securely locked. Typically, we lock part A onto the E axis and part B onto the Y axis. Once the cartridge is in place, move to the manual control tab in the software. Check the E and I axis boxes, then click the +100 button at the bottom. Each click extrudes 100 units of silicone, matching the cartridge markings. After each click, make sure silicone is flowing in the tubing. Wait for the motor to stop running and the sound to finish before clicking again. There's one thing to remind: avoid clicking too many times in a row to prevent wasting silicone. Repeat the +100 button operation 10 to 20 times until silicone flows out from both tubings. Trim the tubing ends neatly and wipe off any excess silicone. Next, we'll demonstrate how to install a 2-to-1 connector, which is for mixing part A and part B silicone. This connector also has a valve to control the extrusion of silicone. Take a hexagonal wrench to remove the nuts of the left nozzle. Once the nuts are removed, gently slide the cover out horizontally. If it feels a bit tight or difficult to remove, you can slightly adjust the angle and carefully wiggle it out. Avoid using excessive force to pull out the cover, as it may damage the components. The cover has an outer part and an inner part. Mount the valve into the outer cover first and attach the inner part. Tighten the white cap on the left side until it is secure. Return to the software and click left valve. Ensure the pointer's direction matches the valve. Mount the cover horizontally back onto the nozzle holder and lock the nuts. At the end, plug both tubing into the connector. And that's all for how to install a 2-to-1 connector. Next, we are going to install the second pair of silicone. The steps are similar to the previous ones. In the software, click Home J and Home K. Once the motor stops, lock part A onto the J axis and part B onto the K axis. Return to the software. Check the boxes for the J and K axis, and repeatedly click +100 until silicone flows out from both tubings. Trim the tubing ends neatly and wipe off any excess silicone. Next, remove the right valve's cover. Follow the same steps to mount the connector to the outer part. Attach the inner part and tighten the little white cap securely. Go back to the software and click right valve. Mount the cover horizontally back onto the nozzle holder and lock the nuts. Finally, plug both tubes into the connector. These are all the steps for installing the second pair of silicone. Next, we need to mount the nozzle. There is a plastic one and a metal one. Because the length of these two types of nozzles are different, you can mix them. Choose one and use your right hand to lock the nozzle counterclockwise, while using your left hand to hold the valve. Use the same method to mount the right nozzle. Lastly, we need to place a release film on the platform. Use a piece of tape to test it. The side that the tape can barely stick to should face up. You can cut the film into small pieces, depending on the size of your object. Place them in the correct position and do not cover the Z sensor. Use the tape to attach the film. The object will be printed directly on the film. After the printing is finished, remove the film and place both the film and the object into the oven. Also, place a piece of tissue on the wet tray to avoid making the tray sticky and make it much easier to clean.